Alright. Let's do this shit. Here's the music for anyone who wants to know. Dungeon Fighter Online, Tower of Illusion stage, background music. I mentioned before there was Tower of the Dead, which is just exactly like Palace of the Dead in F14. But there's also a Tower of Illusion right next to it. Much shorter. This music, which I think is much better. Shorter challenge, lesser rewards of course, but also fun. I remember from back then. But yeah, there you go. And that's that. Black screen, oh no! Whatever shall we do? Well, first thing I gotta do is turn on my PS5 controller. So it shut off while I was starting the stream. Oh fuck, of course it's low on battery. And then, turn the game audio back on, transition, and say, hey everyone, welcome back. Another FF14 stream as usual. There we go. Continuing where we left off on the post-game for Heavensward, of course. We're actually doing MSQ now, like the main part of the main scenario quest. I say that just because I still consider, you know, the trials and the raids and the alliance raids to be part of MSQ in a way. Some of them more than others. Depends on the expansion, really, but still, in general, I still see them that way, so that's why I say the main part of MSQ when I'm referring to the actual main scenario quests. And yeah, I consider most of those other things I mentioned to be part of main scenario quests in general, just because of the fact that they add a lot of much needed lore. Especially for things that happen later in the story, so it's actually pretty important. But yeah, let me change my controller really quick. This one's about to die. And then we'll get going. There we go. Volume's good. Audio's piping through. Alright, let's get going then. Yeah. Suppose I don't. So, I think today we're doing the Grand Melee, right? Yeah, I remember what happened last night now. We set that whole thing up last night, and then I was like, alright, cliffhanger, because I gotta go to bed. Basically a big military training exercise for Ishgard to raise its morale and hopefully bring back some unity amongst its people, since everyone's divided about having, you know, peace between themselves and, well, between Ishgard and Dravania, basically. Some people want it, some people don't. Some people just straight up don't trust the higher-ups anymore after all the lies that were exposed that King Thordan and his predecessors kept perpetuating. So, a lot of change, and of course with that comes a lot of turmoil. Ishgard's trying to get itself back on its feet. So yeah, resuming Heavensward Part 3. New game plus mode activated. There we go. That's right, I was like, we just walk straight out of the hotel, right across the street, and keep going. Oh! There we go. Mayhap I ought to fight for the other side. You know, even the odds. As a quick recap, it's going to be Ishgard versus all three of the other city-states, or nation-states, I guess, whatever you want to call them. All three of the other nations in the Eorzean Alliance, so, you know, Limsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. And I'll be fighting for Ishgard. That's why Thancred said, maybe I should fight for the other side, one of the other three nations, basically, because, you know, even up the odds a bit. Which is kind of a low-key way of saying he wants to challenge me a little bit. But he's not going to, he's going to stay out of it. He already said that before. Sir Emmerich informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made, and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, Leon. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Allied forces, outside of Cartano, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. He says outside of Cartano because, as I said before, that's the main massive scale frontline alliance PvP sort of thing, where the three nation states go at each other to try and gain control of Cartano Flats and monopolize the secrets of Omega and the other Allagan runes in general. The Allagan runes in general on Cartano Flats. Again, that's why I unlocked Frontline. I didn't do a Frontline match, but I did unlock it, and it demonstrated what a Frontline match looks like in a cutscene between the three states. That was way back in Realm Reborn when I did that. I was like, this is part of the lore and part of the main story. You don't actually have to play a single match, but it is still part of the story. So I had to unlock it and show the cutscene for it, at least. So yeah, he's basically saying outside of doing that, doing a frontline battle, this is another unique opportunity to test myself against the forces of the other three nations, basically. Also, it's the only opportunity you have where you actually get to fight for Ishgard, because during normal PvP you can only beat those three factions, Limsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. You can't pledge allegiance to Ishgard and make that your grand company. Unfortunately. It looks to be a veritable who's who of the Eorzean Alliance. The only question is, who came to watch and who came to fight? Nanamo. Definitely Nanamo. We haven't seen her since... I mean, Raban has, but we haven't seen her since fucking, she was almost killed or whatever. It's a matter of pride for the Alliance as well. They will not scruple to send their best against us. Yet we must not be cowed. Too much rests on our success. It ain't often highborn dandies deign to fight alongside us hoi polloi. Whatever that means. But I think I know what that means, but I've never heard that word before, that phrase. Like all our name days rolled into one it is. Then again, it's our national pride that's at stake. National and personal. I ain't about to let a snotty-nosed lordling show me up. Tell him, Hilda. The second commander and Hilda's lieutenant shall see to the security of the city in my absence. The melee demands my undivided attention. True enough. There he is! I say, when you didn't appear, I began to question... Nothing. Never mind. This motherfucker. Already starting to have second thoughts. Ahem. To think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzea's soldiery in battle. That I am... mere... but what if... Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory, of the stories I will tell Honora when he awakes. See, so when we first started, I always said Honora, and I was like, maybe it's Honoroy. And then finally he, got an actual voice actor and he said Honora, and I was like, fuck, I was saying it right the first time when we first came to Ishgard at the beginning of Heavensward. Whatever. I am ready, old boy. Are you? Ready as I'll ever be. I ain't backing down from this one. We're going normal difficulty. By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring if you bore the colors of House Fortom into battle. Pray do us this honor. During the Grand Melee, some of your gear will be glamoured. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. We're fighting fair and square. Normal difficulty. Not very easy. Not skimping out on this. This battle's too important. And look who's here! Dylan! I mean, well, he would be representing Arnold, actually, in that cutscene, but whatever. Not Dylan. The other guy. Me! Son of a bitch! Hey, my spear actually matches the color scheme of this armor they gave me. Look at this. Well, kinda. It's a different shade of gold.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Uldan, Gridanian, and Laminsan forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be awarded tactical points. The first company to attain the designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award your company 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
You got it, dude. Seeing Rob on there, my first time through this, I was like, oh, I bet he wants a piece of me. An excuse for us to actually spar against each other?
All is ready then. Very well.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the Grand Melee begin!
Oh, shit! That spear animation that I got. Alright, let's do this. What are we waiting for? Forward! Forward! Ishgard! Ishgard! Tell him, Emmerich. The Fury's Gaze is upon us. Leon, Lord of Manaline, attend to the marked ones. Will do. They fall. Find the next. Press our advantage. I see him.
Is that all you've got?
I'm gonna hunt him down. Flame General Alden, that's Rabon. He says, "Come, Ishgardians, show us your mettle." Well, you asked for it. Ishgard, rally to the first commander. Oh, Lucia. Oh, because she got marked. No wonder. I'll protect you, Lucia. Fury, guide and protect me. This is fucking crazy, dude. There's so much goddamn chaos. I will be revenged. No, you won't. Oh, that was Serpent Commander Hulaw. I just saw his name. She's gonna go down any minute now. I'm doing my best to keep her alive, but god damn it. Victory is within our grasp. Ishgard! Ishgard! Aye, that's the spirit. Flames, adders, maelstrom, forward! Robon doesn't give up without a fight.
Right there!
I would expect no less. I'm not even sure if I'm hitting those guys in the back. They might be too far. The Fury's gaze has fallen upon General Robon and me. General Robon and me. The ominous sound of that. What the fuck? Cyclops! Cyclops! Everyone on your guard! Well, this was unexpected. All forces fall back! An unwelcome guest interrupting the battle. Or training exercise, I guess. Nice sure you can. Continue the melee! I will deal with him! I will deal with him. So, Thancred apparently trained under Ken or Ryu from Street Fighter. Be the fucking sure you can on his ass. Daft sod. You heard the man. Back to it. All forces form a line on Leon. Jesus Christ! Well, that didn't work, did it? Damn! Get knocked the fuck out, son! Oh, he wants to 1v1 me, that's why. He's like, let me get this riffraff out of the way. What's the matter? See, I got you pushing too many pencils? Well met. I will not lie, I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all! Yes, let's dance. Just me and you. It was always going to turn out this way. Alright then, let's do it. By the Fury, it's just the two of them in there. On your guard, Lorna Madeline. Our fight is not yet finished. That all you bastards have got? Come on then. Give us another. They just keep coming, but we cannot. We will not yield. You hear me, old boy? Don't you dare lose. I won't. That's an interesting pattern there. Brilliant. You are indeed the warrior of light, but I am the bull of Alamigo. You heard him, folks. He ain't going down without a fight. He's the bull of Alamigo. Oh shit, I can't stand in there. Okay, it's safe now. Strength, Leon, strength! Now is your chance! Strike him down for the glory of Ishgard! Aye, alright. Take your victory. You've earned it. That was good. Good fight.
Did he win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors. Thank the Fury you were on our side.
He says quietly as fuck.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
There you go. Now you're getting it. I'm proud of you, old boy. Come a long way already. It's a short time. No, right, Crimson? Good old Warrior of Light single-handedly carrying the whole team, yeah. That's just kind of a tongue-in-cheek, we don't talk about that, right? Yeah.
A truly
Even Emmerich had to say
magnificent
that.
display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The fight with Raban was pretty fucking cool, though. That was the greatest part of this whole thing.
The honor was
1v1.
ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them.
Alright, Nanamo. I see what you're getting at. She's got a
I
point,
note
though.
that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
See, even Emmerich has to admit, yeah, we got carried by him.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Rauban.
The highlight of the whole thing, right there, yeah.
On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people.
Reminds her of the last thing she tried to do before she got taken out.
Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way.
Yeah, how'd it go with the Cyclops, buddy?
Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them.
There it is. Thancred is rubbing it in even more that we carried the team.
Tis but a scratch, I assure you. And I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns.
Don't edit
Make
out
that
the
2
part that I
dozen.
carried him.
Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on one at a time. One day at a time. As Minfilia would have done.
Yeah. Poor Minfilia. She was just following her own path, though. So she wandered. She followed Mommy Heidelin's orders to the very end. As long as I live, I shall never forget that duel. It was inspiring and humbling in equal measure. I feel honor-bound to point out, however, that my father was fighting one-handed. Okay, Pippin, yeah, you're right. That's fair. He was just fighting with one hand. Thanks to fucking Ilberd. He ruined my chance at actually fighting Raban, like, fair and square with 2 hands, you know? All the more reason to hate Ilberd. But yeah, I like that part that Thancred's like, I hope you didn't sprain anything single-handedly winning the whole fight for them. For Ishgard. And I was saying, they'll conveniently edit that part out to when they go to rally, the people of Ishgard's, you know, morale or whatever. They'll be like, we won! That's it! It's just, we won. All of us, together. Ishgard, long live Ishgard, and that'll be it. They won't say anything about me carrying the team. Falls balls. I had forgotten what it was like to feel so alive. Not since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege. Not since the Bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then, the outcome might have been different. But I do not begrudge you your victory. I know how far you have come, how much you have endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to do this again one day, when time allows. I shall look forward to it. Now go. Go to the Ishgardians and celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin. Her Grace is expecting us. Lead on, Father. I was like, did that dancer survive, or is that their chocobo just sitting there with their body somewhere nearby? Said your goodbyes? Yep. In all the years I have known Raban, I cannot recall ever seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? The Asgardians have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud, Leon. You made this happen. Give me a sec. What does everybody else say? What are we waiting for? We must return to the capital at once and tell them all about our victory. I confess it stung my pride to be brushed aside so easily. But when the flames subsided and I saw you standing there triumphant, there was only gladness in my heart. Yeah, Raban did kind of make you look like a bitch, didn't he? He knocked your ass out in one hit. I'm sorry, Emmerich, but he is pretty strong. That was just another battle for you, I bet, but for my lot? They weren't so much the fighting as the not tripping over each other's feet. His lordship might think about laying on some actual training for us next time. Yeah, that's what happens. The messengers have already been dispatched. Let us pray that this victory has the desired effect. On the people of Ishgard? Yeah. Alright, we read this already, so... You've learned the emote victory. Which is this. You celebrate victory with Ember. I forgot when we got Battle Stance. Some other MSQ gives you that. I can't remember which one. This one, I mean. In New Game Plus mode, obviously I've just been using them whenever, but... When you're first going through the game, this is barely where you get victory. For those we can yet save. Who was it that first said that phrase? Shit. Was it Minfilia or Thancred or somebody? I got an eyelash almost went into my eye. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There is naught left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see what reception awaits us. Hopefully a good one. Still trying to catch his breath over there, Emmanuel.
My lord!
He gave Thancred a nice little wave.
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it. Which I have been told some women may find appealing.
Can be true.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, when I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emmanuel, You'll place yourself at your brother's disposal. He'll be glad of your assistance.
You'll be alright, dude. You've grown. Don't throw it away now.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Stola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
They say you dueled General Raban within a ring of flames. I did not think the man so ostentatious. Would that I could have seen it. Yeah, you should have been there, man. After we parted ways in Latoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Tataru. We agreed to tell the others only that our search for Minfilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it best to keep to myself for a time. I am wont to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. That is true, I'm glad you recognize that. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that I cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest and see if Lord Artorel has need of our assistance. Alright, let's go see Artorel. As Sir Emmerich hoped, Ishgard's success at the Grand Melee has done much to restore the people's faith in this endeavor. Look on their faces, Leon. Nervous yet hopeful. Expectant, in a word. Well met, Master Starcrest, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, but he did not dishonor his house. But you, my lord, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike while the iron is hot. We made our intentions known and that all would be welcome to attend. And so they came. By the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair, but there is still much to be done. I would speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As for you and Master Alfino, you will do naught but enjoy yourselves, is that clear? If any dare beg your assistance again, I will have words. Like a man leads. Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait, or have you other matters to attend to before the ceremony begins? Let me check something first. By all means, then. I'll remain here. Okay, yeah. We're ready. Wait with Alfino for the ceremony to begin. Excellent. I only hope Thancred and the others will not be late. Epochal events do not come around very often. True. That's why I had to stop and check. I was like, did I finish everything else I wanted to up to this point? Yeah.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She lived, at least.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Alright, so round 2 of this. Look! Well, last time it was just cancelled because of what happened. Let's hope it goes a lot better this time around, yeah?
The White Dragon!
Have ourselves a little sit down.
How long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Because their perception of time is different, right?
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Never!
Jesus Christ, that scared the fuck out of me. That guy's voice is incredible. Shit!
Your bow!
Get him, Emmerich! Well, shit. He just vaporized it. Great. Straight out of Resident Evil 2 over here. It's the fucking G-Virus.
Child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thornton? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
Seven hells. Damn you, Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg!
There they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Thanks to that bastard, yeah. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some small hope that what you had seen in Azizla was An illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Emmerich. For a mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal, or so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Annick's shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. I thought he'd actually killed her there the first time through, too. I was like, this son of a bitch! But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thordan, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us stand apart. She was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like Estinian. Causes and costs. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess I envisaged rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, or even my fellow Scion, but to you, Leon, my friend. But not here, no. That warmed my heart a little bit. But of course, the Intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. Sure. Back to where it all began. At least back to when we joined the fight. The drama with Ishgard and Dravania. It all started here. Way back then. Feels like a lifetime ago now.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss.
Sorry, I got a little bit of PTSD, man. I'm a little traumatized by people offering me drinks that I didn't prepare myself.
It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I. In our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emmerich and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emmerich is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
We will find a way to save him.
We will. I know we will.
Thank you, Leon. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Fort Tom Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. Alright, I don't have to go there. Just go from anywhere. Well, Alfino certainly seems to be in better spirits. Do we have you to thank for this? Yeah, I heard him out. Let him get some shit off his chest, so... Yet again, we walk an all too familiar path. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved. And now it is our turn to return the favor. Hear, hear! Let no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? Excuse me, if we stopped looking for Ida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Minfilia back. Right. Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiark and Heidelin, and of the Ascian's aspirations. Yeah. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. Of course. I wouldn't doubt that for a second. We don't have the full picture yet. In any event, I think it time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will. And that's how you get battle stance. That's weird, you get victory before you get battle stance. Interesting.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
was watching them, Tancred was watching him. Checks and balances.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
The gears of change. Shit. Caution, Ida. That is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them. Not until we know more. The man within. So I guess that was probably that was the end of 3.2. So now is the beginning of 3.3. Heavensward's true final chapter. Ah, Master Starcrest. It is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alfino wishes a word with you. The Scions will find a way. I just know we will. Ah, Leon, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. What's up, friend? I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Azisla, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Yustola and Kryl for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem that they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Yeah. Let's go have a little sit-down with some food and drink. My favorite kind. Excellent. Let's not keep our honored colleagues waiting. Alright, where they at? Oh, right here. You stole it. The name does this establishment a disservice. Remarkably few of its patrons seem inclined to drink their way to oblivion. I do begin to see why Totoro chose to work here. In other words, it's a nice bar.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
They're having fun without us.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean?
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah! I found you at last!
Honora!
A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
"'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours."
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Of course. I'll watch out for him.
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
Even Midgey's curious to find the answer to
The
that.
conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Let's find out. An ally for Ishgard. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Dravanian advance? Or mayhap they've located a that is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say. After you, friend.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
Stands to reason,
I
yeah.
do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal, I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
Damn near impossible?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal. And if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you.
See, I wasn't saying it wrong when I would say leisure.
The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
I somehow doubt that Hraesvelga will be pleased to see us. But for Estinian's sake and that of countless others, I suppose we must risk his displeasure. Yeah, he's not gonna like seeing us. You're right about that. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Leon and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you want, all you must. Yeah, man, it's no biggie. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed. With that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Somal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvelga at Zenith in the Turning Mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to Annex Shrine. Do you seek an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I would consult with Vidafnir. I propose this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it could have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Forelands, then. Almost made myself dizzy with that shit. Jesus. I moved the camera way too much. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and his companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? To see if you're still alive after what Nidhogg did to you? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. He was a guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Damn. So King Thorin's dead. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. 1,000 years ago? Jesus. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. Yeah, first it was an angry mob of Ishgardians, and now Nidhogg. They just won't allow... They just won't allow this peace to happen. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Samal, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly. Thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Hraesvelgur's heart remains unchanged then. A pity. But it is folly to hope. If it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind. Go then, but be warned. The Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Whew. Lucia's report described Annex Trine in detail, but her words failed to convey the overwhelming strangeness of standing here in the domain of dragons. Yeah, even though Lucia herself was like, I never thought I'd be standing here. I always thought I'd charge in here at the head of a huge army. Not, come diplomatically. On a mission of diplomacy. So she did react similarly. Winning over the worm. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alfina. Scout ahead if you wish, Leon. We shall join you outside Malcolm. Ooh. The Lord Commander seems lost for words, nor can I blame him. I recall being similarly awestruck when I first beheld this vista. This? Yeah. It's quite something. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak when Estinian and Azael yet walked at our side. Papa? Is that you, Leon? Hey! Ah, if it isn't Mog. Don't tell me you forgot my name, Koopa! After all we've been through together? But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Leon? Oh, fuck. The pom-pom. Of course I do. Moghan? Shit, I honestly don't know. What is... It's one of these two I know, obviously, but... I'm trying to remember what distinguished them before. Of course I do, Moghan. Yeah, sure. Right? You're Moghan, right? Please tell me you're Moghan. Phew! You seemed a bit hesitant for a moment there. Thank God. But I'm sure you were just fondly recalling the time we camped near Zenith, right, Kupo? Yeah, that's the guy! Right! Right, I remember Moghan was the one who traveled with us. Oh boy. Jesus. But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Malcolm, Kupo? I went with my gut instinct on that one. When I got the answer choice prompt, my gut instinct was saying Malcolm, but I was doubting it because I was like, really? Well, how do I know? Some part of your mind always remembers. Well, not always, but most of the time you should go with your gut instinct because it tends to be right. Ah, another audience with old Racefelger. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Koopa. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the Great Worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Moghan. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Yeah, Moghan. Now that was unexpected, Koopa. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. Yeah, actually, now that he says that... Moglin's the big-ass dude, right? He just called him Chieftain. That makes it easy to remember. Well, to distinguish between both of them, for those paying attention. Cool. I don't know I wonder how many people actually got that right when this first released, because this is almost a year. No, not a year, but like at least almost like probably 9 months, right? 6, 9, yeah, this is like almost a year then. 3/4 of a year after Heavensward, so for people who were keeping up with the game back then. So it's like, imagine trying to remember without making sure you know that Moglin is the big guy. The chief who thinks we have a ridiculous name. We must win Pacefelger to our cause. Fail in this, and Ishgard's fate is all but sealed. Pray sound the horn, Leon. Okay. This dude is not gonna be happy, but here we go. I don't know when I learned to play the little fucking horn, but... What is a horn like that called? Like a little mini trumpet. I think. Yep.
Great Racefelger. 'Tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Breisvelga. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
He saw right through all the formalities. He's like, I know what you're really here for.
You foresaw mine intent.
Lis ech nit heg casmon ikin lis nuan jas an es in salen mon anesh undahai in stapol ian in nit heg shin es iso al no fa is Seth Osk kom initeg kinan Nosk deg gan en
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
That's a very good point.
Is Kaisia in Holes Eskia Valsu Nesk an in Eskba An Snauhau Us Hesnesh Ikin en Elan.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk iletlai, Nolosk asisa, Egmon kin una en.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Segmon infin, sescantis ekmon, kin al ud.
Very well said. Holy shit.
Sloskna, dyrkin illes, kolhes nar inish, draor in. Da nitek, garjas, nosk in an, slisva holkas, kain na.
Help us save our companion. Tried to say it without my voice cracking.
Wan nadran in ale is an wan in an on kinga. Al in on water. Smaes in sway in Ratatoska this die an Slosk kin Skolich les imo.
Little Mog Hand's watching us. Another day, another trial. Such ordeals must seem almost mundane to you by now. Would that I could say the same. Shit doesn't get old, Ralph, you know. It doesn't get old. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Pracefelker spoke. Come, my friends. Let us not keep our escort waiting. The sound. For the sake of Ishgard, I shall overcome whatever trial is placed before me. And I have no doubt that you will do the same, Leon. Damn straight. Alright, Imperious Wyvern. Where are we headed? My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Understood. In that case, well, I think it's time we dress for combat appropriately. Enter Sorkai. Majestic and forgotten, its existence unrecorded in the annals of man, a palace rests atop the clouds in the farthest reaches of the churning mists. This skyborn splendor was once home to Ratatoskr, brood sister to Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg, until the treachery of mortals ensured that its stones would never again ring under the she-worm's talons. The dragons named it Sor Kai, a grieving apology for their failure to avert her fate, and they watched with infinite sadness as Ratatoskr's empty roost was overrun by bird and beast. This is the place Hraesvelgr has chosen for your trial. Prove yourself in the fated shadow of one sibling and convince the Great Worm to aid you against the wrathful shade of the other. We all got split up, so I guess that means we're all undertaking different trials. So be it. Out the way, homie. You got places to be. This place is quite beautiful. Whoa! That's neat. Cloud darkness. Alright. Oh, they're not moving. Thought they would. I guess not. Alright. Whatever. Oh, there they... I'm still sleeping. Moblin, what the fuck are you doing here? This is as far as you go, Leon. You and your ridiculous name won't make it past me, Kupo. Really? You want to scrap now? You got time for this shit. Kupo, that's enough. You've made your point. This isn't a fight to the death, Kupo. I'm sorry, dude, but I have bigger issues to worry about. What the fuck? Seemed out of nowhere. I don't know why the hell he wanted to scrap with us all of a sudden, but I guess he really just doesn't like my name. Got places to be, little guy. Oh, must be the mom. Probably pissed. How they killed their kids. Hey, little birdies, let's go. They're cute. Not cute enough to avoid me killing them, though. I was willing to beat the shit out of a Moogle, which I love very much, because they're so cute. I'm more than willing to beat the shit out of these things, so... Okay. See you around, Pokéraj. An answer of shame. Despair is unsevered despair. The names of these locations. Thou hast weathered my trial thus far, but I am not convinced. I will try thy limits. Guess he was just... Oh, he made a bridge for us. But that would have hurt if I stood in the way of it, though. Blizzard Dragon. Appropriate. Nidhogg will spare thee no clemency, and thus neither must I. Fair enough, sir? I would expect no less. Only appropriate that I wear this, right? To show that I'm fucking serious. Alright, let's do this. Come, warrior. Show me what strength doth remain in thy frail mortal shell. The sky is the domain of dragons. How wilt thou contend with such mastery? I'll figure it out. I can jump really high, that's gotta count for something. Thou art formidable, but canst thou endure until the bitter end? Guess we'll find out. Damn, at first his HP was kind of going down moderately slow, but towards the end I fucking wrecked him. Finished him off with Dragon, what was it? Stardiver, sorry. Thy resolve hath withstood my scrutiny. Mayhap there is hope to be had in one such as thee. So now he begins to believe we can actually do this. Let's admire this for a second. Holy shit. The view here is just tremendous. It's like heaven. Through gold tinted glasses. shade is just... Great place for a picture here. Not the best framing, but whatever. It's gonna be a nice silhouette. There we go. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Acknowledging that I'm an Azir Dragoon.
Cease and sleaze like K1. Oda.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Either we do this or we don't. And he gives up on us. Or he befriends us again.
Your trial is ended as well, then?
Yeah, how'd you do?
Mine was brutal beyond reckoning. Vedfalnir seems ill-acquainted with the notion of mock battles.
He was trying to kill you, yeah. That was being right there. Well, Alfino got to find Vidofnir.
Tan in unsisnat. Swor as finan. Stiskar ikim. El en in an. Sedgar initek. Taishi S.I. Isa.
We do this for Zale and Shiva both. How do you pronounce it? Vedfalnir, I think. Vedfalnir cannot be faulted for effort. He is every ilm the proud warrior. Or should I say every yom? Pretty big dragon, yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, my poor ribs. Hraesvelgr saw fit to pair me with Vidofnir, but her ferocity was such that I began to wonder if I hadn't simply imagined her injury. Yet my trial pales into insignificance next to yours. How fared you in your duel with Hraesvelgr? Tough fight. He tried to knock me off the platform and kill me, but, turned out okay. I take from this that your battle was rather more involved than my own. Vedfalnir, that's how he said it, seemed largely concerned with how long he could keep me rolling in the dust. Between dodging snapping fangs and slashing claws, I scarce had time to aim a blow. Had he truly meant to harm me, of course, I would not be standing here now. Plainly, his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced me to recall my training, about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. Good to know he wasn't actually trying to kill you, but he had to imitate it, or, you know, make it seem that way. As much as possible. What are you guys doing there? Ow, 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 ow! Kupo! Leon, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For one with a name more befitting a jester, you fight with the savagery of a rabid demon. You shouldn't come at me then. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches. After this drubbing, I fear my loyal subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kupo. Possibly indefinitely. Oh. When I told you about Leon's trial, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Moghan. Oh! Damn! Triple? But that's not fair! There's no justice, Kupo. None at all. In other words... Yeah, that's Moghan right now. I guess they had to add a little bit of comedic relief there, right? Everything's been so dark and serious for a long time now.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelga's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
'Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike.
Oh, gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
I pray we are not too late. Me too. An end to the song. And there is a mini cliffhanger. I say mini because basically I'm gonna take my usual 5 to 10 minute break and then come back to stream for another hour or two. So, BRB. About 15 minutes, I'm gonna say from now on, because it always takes that long. Even though I try to make it 5-10 minutes, it's always 15, so I'll be right back.